Hello and welcome to Ghost Stories, the podcast that celebrates the great things going on and the great people at Kaukauna High School, the home of the Galloping Ghosts. I'm the proud principal, Aaron Herm. This month's episode is a little bit different than the typical episode because the students who are on the podcast with me actually approached me about doing a podcast after doing a podcast project of their own in their English class. They are three sophomores, Trenton Menzel, Zoe Kurchowski, and Ashlyn Unser, and they don't necessarily participate in all of the same sports, clubs, or activities like some of our other podcast guests have, but they're just three sophomores who wanted to talk with me about their experience at Kaukauna High School and ask me some questions too. It's a really cool conversation, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
Let's go around the table. Introduce yourself, your grade in school, and then also the clubs, activities, sports you're involved in here at Kaukauna High School.
My name is Trenton Menzel. I am a sophomore at Kaukauna High School. I am not really involved in any sports, but I am in band.
That definitely counts. Hooray for band.
My name is Zoe Kurchowski. I'm a sophomore. And I'm not in sports, but I do choir and all that fun stuff.
Hooray for music.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Ashlyn Unser. I'm a sophomore at Kaukauna. I'm in band and volleyball and track.
Awesome. Very cool. So who wants to tell the story about what brings us around the table together today? Because this isn't a typical podcast episode about one certain club or activity or something going on at school. This is a little different.
Oh, okay. Well, we all watched the podcast and we were like, that seems really cool. And obviously we were like,
it is very cool.
Yeah, like equipment's pretty cool too.
It is. It's fun to use.
Yes. So we got to use the actual equipment for our ELI podcast. So
tell me, what was that project? So you guys made a podcast for English class.
Yes.
Tell me more about it.
So we had to make a fake podcast to show to our teacher. So we realized that our mics on our Chromebook aren't really that good. So we asked the librarian if there were any spare microphones we could use to connect to our Chromebook, because obviously we sounded like we were 10 feet away, maybe even in the parking lot. So then she found
Miss Moody,
yes,
who's actually on mic today, who is our communications and marketing coordinator for the district and does a lot of behind the scenes stuff on the podcast that she doesn't often get credit for.
And now I'm finally on mic.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
So then what happened?
We found her and she said we could use the actual equipment, which we thought was really cool. And we're like, oh my gosh, we should do a podcast with her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, you just have to talk to him. And we're all like, oh, he's kind of scary.
Yeah, we were hesitant.
Here's the best part. I go, why is he scary?
Yeah.
And at the same time, one of them goes, because he's tall.
That was me.
I think you're taller than I am.
Of all things, it's never one way. And
I've never heard that in my life.
Right? And then the other one was because he's the principal. And I'm like, well, fair, but he's really not that scary. You should go talk to him.
I mean, all principals are kind of scary, though. If you don't know them, personally, they get scary.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. You know what, though? That is actually a very difficult part of being a principal, because before I was a principal, I was a teacher and an assistant principal. And I can sense that. I can sense that people are hesitant sometimes to come up to me or don't know what I'm going to think about certain things or think they're going to get in trouble. And trying to be approachable is something that I actually have to really think about every day that I didn't used to have to think about. So
yes. So then we found Herm in the hall, funny enough. He was walking in the hall and we're like, hey, we should do a podcast together.
Yeah. So you guys were thinking about generally this is kind of about the overall student experience.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You have questions for me.
Yes.
Yep.
You wrote questions that you want me to ask you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do we want to start? Here we go.
So we are going to flip the script a little bit, and the students decided they were going to actually have a list of questions for Mr. Herm.
I love this.
Oh, yes.
Are you going to moderate this then? You can be the moderator.
I could moderate.
All right. I love this.
I don't know what a moderator
I've been
is.
Real.
I've been demoted from host to participant. I kind of like this.
We are now
I
your
feel
host, Ashlyn Trenton.
I'm Brianna Moody.
I like this.
Your moderator.
I feel like
that
there's less
means.
pressure on me now. I enjoy this. All right.
Okay. So, what is advice that you wish you had as sophomores?
So the thing that I think about a lot, if I could do high school over again, is that I would take more elective fun classes. So I was very focused on being college bound and felt like I needed to take every AP, dual credit, like all of those kinds of things. And I really didn't need to do that. And I think I missed out on, so what I would really like to do is take some tech ed classes because,
Is that like where you're in the shop?
yeah, because I think about on an almost daily basis, oh, it would be nice if I had the skill to do this home repair myself or fix this thing with my car and not having to rely on YouTube videos. So my advice would be, don't stress yourself out with every single dual credit option. Like, definitely take some if you can. It's a great option, but also maybe do some of that in the tech ed department or in the business department or in the,
Okay. So what do you think students struggle with the most, like today in school?
Students have to deal with a lot of things that when I think back to my high school experience, I did not have to deal with. And I think a lot of them revolve around personal devices and social media
Definitely.
and all of the pressures that come with that. Everybody posts on social media their highlight reel, like the things that they're really proud of and make their life look awesome, right? And so when your life doesn't look like that all the time, even though that other person's doesn't either, like that makes you feel bad. And I think that's a very hard thing to deal with, especially at the age where you guys are teenagers and you're trying really hard to fit in and be accepted. And I remember, caring a lot about that stuff. Thankfully, that goes away a little bit as an adult. But no, definitely that. And then back to, again, I love our dual credit options and things that we offer here, but I think you can do too much of it and stress yourself out. So you need to pace yourself in high school. I think those are the two biggest stressors that I hear about.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think, so I'm not the best at math, so I know that always becomes like a stress. Like, I'm just not good with numbers because it stresses me out.
Sure.
And then having to like do homework that I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's kind of harder.
Absolutely. Hey, can I challenge your thinking on math and numbers?
Oh, God, no. I'm not good with numbers either.
You said I'm not good at or with numbers. You're not good with numbers yet. That's why you're in school. If you knew how to do this already, you wouldn't have to go to school for it.
Yeah.
All right, Ashlyn, what do you think?
I would say like fitting in. I feel like trying to find your friends who make you the better you, I feel like, because that's always a struggle, like finding your people.
Your clique.
Like, your clique, basically. That's always like a stress because if you don't find those people, it's kind of like you're on your own, I guess. And like even though like you're not alone, like there's always people around, but just trying to find your people that you connect with the most.
Didn't you also move here freshman year?
Yeah, I did move
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah. So
Where are you from?
Stockbridge.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
That's a tiny school compared to Kaukauna.
Yes. So last year was definitely hard for me trying to find like friends and stuff. So I finally found my people. So I'm doing a lot better with like finding people that I really connect with.
How did you find your people? Was it through music? Was it through
math?
Through math?
Yeah, so I met Zoe through math last year, and then Trenton is with band. But I did find a lot of people like through track and volleyball, and I also did basketball last year.
Okay.
So I don't know, I found my people through many different things. So
Yes.
Nice.
Once I found Ashlyn, kind of took her under my wing and brought her into the friend group that I have.
Yeah.
So like we have a friend group, and every year we do like fun stuff. Like we do a Secret Santa.
Oh, that's
And all of
awesome.
that. So like having Ashlyn in the group is definitely more fun because she's a chaotic person, but I love that about her. She is so fun. She knows what to say and when to say it. She is just like an amazing addition to our group.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
What a compliment. That's so nice.
I know.
All right, Trenton, I think the original question was what? What's a stressor for school
Yes.
for you?
I'd like to add on to Ashlyn's. With
Oh,
the
go for
fitting
it.
in. So, like new people who come to this school, like we're all already split into like our own separate groups. So I feel like it's really hard for others to find their way to fit into each individual group. Like I know my freshman year, I was really worried I wouldn't have any like friends. I thought like they would all leave and go to separate groups and I wouldn't fit in. But due to band and English, I found these two goofy people. Yeah, it was a a fun time, I guess. It was a hard time to fit in at first, but once you start getting used to it and finding the people that you really connect with, you start meeting new people and learning where you belong.
Yes.
Nice.
I agree with that statement.
You have a great radio voice, by the way.
Thank you.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Trenton, why don't you ask Mr. Herm a question?
I want your opinion on, do you think that grades really measure success?
That's a good one.
I think that grades measure a very certain kind of success in a specific way. Think about what grades measure, right? How many points you got on an assignment, whether or not you turned that assignment in, whether you turned it in on time, right? Those things are important, but what else is important? It doesn't measure being a good human. It doesn't measure, how do you give back to the community? It doesn't measure, do you take somebody under your wing when they're new to Kaukauna High School, right? So grades measure a certain kind of success, but I don't think they measure overall like human success.
Yeah. I like that one.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
What should students do when they feel overwhelmed but don't want to speak up about it?
Speak up about it anyway. No, I really think it's important. Like, there's a lot of help and support available here. We have a great counseling team. We just finished Go Lime Green Week, which was all about mental health. So I hope people get the message that we care about mental health as a school. We know we don't do everything perfectly with it, but we care about it and we want to get better and better at it, right? What I hope for everybody in the student is that they have at least one trusted adult, whether that's their counselor or somebody else that they can go to.
Choir teacher.
Jacob Martin.
Yeah, seriously. Well, that's, for sure, in music, right? Like that becomes like your niche, right? And your choir, your band teacher become those people. And I know Mr. Martin and Miss Poffenroth are those people for a lot of people.
Yes.
But yeah, speak up anyway. Be brave and speak up anyway, because that's how you move forward. Because I think if you're really struggling, you're probably stuck too.
Mm-hmm. And there might be other people like struggling too.
Absolutely. Guaranteed there are. Guaranteed there are.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what would your walk-up song be as a principal?
I have been asked this before.
Actually?
I have been asked this before. And I picked Break My Stride.
You're never gonna break my stride. You're gonna slow me down.
That's awesome. I'm glad you sung it, because I was worried you were going to make me sing it. So, yes, that would be my walk-up song.
I like that one. That one's fun.
Okay. What, you guys have walk-up songs? If you're going to ask me, you better be ready.
The Imperial March would be a really good one.
So many.
Probably a Taylor Swift song, because I feel like a lot of her songs like speak about different like aspects of her life and different like emotions and like feelings in her life. So like all of them like represent something different.
Okay.
I mean, I know I have like an artist, Josiah Queen. Definitely one of his songs.
Okay.
Yeah. What's something students would be surprised to learn about you? Like you personally, or as a principal?
What have you been surprised to learn about me?
That you're not mean because you're tall.
I was surprised to learn that I'm tall.
Definitely like you're not as scary as you come off. Like no offense, but like
Okay. Yeah. No. It's just my face. Okay. So I have run 20 some half marathons. I've never run a full marathon. And once a year, my wife and I go to Disney World. My wife's side gig is that she's a Disney travel agent, so we get good prices.
Nice.
And we run in one of the races, the half marathons that Disney puts on every year. So that's coming up in like 2 weeks here. So I will not be around for a couple days, and we'll be doing that.
that is so
Fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any like hidden talents?
Well, that one. Hidden talents.
I can move just my pinky toe.
I can't top that. No, I really don't know how to answer that one. Hidden talents. I'm pretty like I am proud of my graphic design abilities in Canva. I am a Canva whiz. How's that one?
That's cool.
good.
Okay, I have a really good one.
'Kay.
So, what do you hope students remember most about school after they graduate?
I think ultimately our goal is to produce people who make a positive difference in the world, whatever that means for them. But I think most importantly, it is through the type of character that they have and that they help other people and that they're kind, and that they bring people together. So ultimately, you know, there's a lot of things that I hope for, but I think the biggest one is that they, when they were here, they were treated with kindness, and that got modeled for them, and that they learned that so that they could go out in the world and do the same for others.
It's good.
What are some of the online behaviors and real world consequences you have seen in your time being principal here?
Online?
Like with social media.
Oh, gosh. A lot. Honestly, a lot of our bigger behavior issues that we have to work through involve an online component. You know, we'll get screenshots of Snapchats, and we will get screenshots of group chats and things like that, where people are just saying things that they would never say if they were face to face with that person.
Yeah.
Right? They're like Captain Thumbs. Like you say things that like you would never, you know, you type out with your thumbs, like things that you would just never say to a person in real life.
Yeah.
We see those things not infrequently. The consequences for those things can vary depending on the severity of it, from spending some time not in school to getting together and having a meeting with the people that you wronged and doing what you need to do to make it right, depending on the level of severity. But I think whenever people do online stuff, what I would want them to learn from that is don't be a different person online than you are in real life.
I feel like more people say a lot more stuff online because they're hidden by a screen and more anonymous.
For sure.
Yeah.
Even if you're not anonymous, there's something about not being face to face with somebody and having to look at somebody and
Yeah,
be
because
mean
I
to
feel
them.
like they can't know your kind of tone, your writing,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
typing.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I add more letters to make sure like they know I'm like happy. Or like periods when I'm mad. Like I know I should add periods normally, but like
Yeah, who has periods when they're texting?
like if somebody says hi, period.
yeah,
It's
then I
like,
would
oh,
assume they're
they're
mad.
They're
I'd be
mad
like,
at me.
Hi. Because then I'm like sitting behind my phone. I'm like, how do I respond to this? Because I'm like, are they mad at me? Or they?
Yeah.
I don't
What I
know.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Same goes with even professional emails sometimes. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What is one tradition or value that you hope never changes?
I would say Ghost Crew. And the reason that I would say Ghost Crew is, well, I think about what you, Zoe, just said to Ashlyn about taking people under your wing. Like, we literally have a student organization that does that for all of our freshmen, and that's pretty special.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of high schools have something similar. They usually call it like a link crew, L-I-N-K.
Yeah. I know Kimberly does that.
Yep, it's pretty common, but I think the way that ours goes about their business is special. Like even reaching out during the summer and having that half day at the beginning of the year, and then just the things that go on throughout the year too. So
Yeah, I definitely got close with my Ghost Crew mentor.
nice.
I knew my Ghost Crew mentor because I played soccer with her.
Nice.
I miss mine. She was very nice.
Did yours graduate?
Yeah, she's in
Aw.
college.
Mine did too. What do you think makes a healthy friendship in high school?
I think the number one thing is somebody who builds you up and doesn't try to tear you down.
Yeah.
And sticks with you even through the hard times, and also allows you to be yourself. You don't have to feel like you need to be a different person around that person. Kind of like you guys, because you're kind of goofballs, which is amazing. I love it.
Yes, our ELA class is definitely something else.
Yep.
Yes.
Us three in ELA.
Trenton, do you have something you want to say?
Yeah, do you?
No.
There's just some pointed looks going on.
I know.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a good friend? Can I throw that one back at you guys?
Wait,
Trenton, what do you think makes a good friend?
I like someone who like communicates with their problems. Like I feel like if you have a problem, you shouldn't really keep it. I would help you through your problem, and if you communicate, I feel like we can solve it together.
Nice. I like that. That's a great answer.
I like that one too. I also think taking time out of school to like do stuff with you. Because I know some friends, I don't have any that I know of, I think. I know some friends will just hang out with you in school to be like around people and like not seem friendless. But like then they don't take time out of their school day and to hang out with you.
Okay. I like that.
I feel like building trust is a major thing in like a friendship, because like I feel like when you have trust, you know, you can like go to that person even like on your worst days, and you know that they will
They won't
stick
talk
with
behind
you.
your
Yeah,
back.
they'll stick with you and help you out through those hard times.
Yes.
Nice. Yep. I love your answers. Those are great.
Yeah. What's the hardest decision you've had to make as a principal?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what it is. I'll speak in generalities. So in this job, I think sometimes you have decisions that have the potential to impact somebody long term in a negative way if you don't handle it well, right?
Yeah.
So that could be dealing with a student behavior situation that might result in like an expulsion, and that person might not be able to come back to school. That can be life changing or ruining in some cases if that person leaves with no support at all, right?
Yeah.
What you have to come back to in order to feel good about those decisions is I did what's best for students. So if somebody's getting expelled, for example, because they're an unsafe person to have in the building for the other students, you're making the right decision, right? If there's a staff member who's not helping students reach their full potential, you're doing what's best for students. And that's the job.
Yeah. If our school were a movie, what genre would it be?
Yeah, it could be a lot of different things. It could be it depends on the moment
The moment, yeah.
and the person. I think in this building right now, there are people who would answer comedy, drama, romantic comedy.
Yep.
I don't even know what other genres there are. A silent movie? What?
Horror.
A horror? Yeah, a horror.
Yeah.
A sports movie, right? So that's what's super interesting about being in a high school with 1,200 students is that everybody experiences it differently because
Definitely.
it is what you make it. It could be a musical.
I was thinking like High School Musical.
Yeah.
Because it's like all those different like
All the
genres
aspects
put
of
together.
something together. So we all know the new AI thingy came out about like
Google
a
Gemini.
month or
Yes,
almost
Chat
a week
GPT is
ago.
blocked for you, right?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
But do you think it was helpful? Because some students use it for resources. Like I used it to sometimes summarize some sentences. I used it to like help me
Summarize
check
articles.
read
Yeah.
my like essays. Like, do you think this was a good like beneficial? Yep, beneficial idea.
I do. Okay, so here's the story. So ChatGPT was blocked for student access. But you do have access to Google Gemini. You should.
Yeah.
It's
we do.
really
Which-
really slow.
It is.
Oh, okay.
And some of the things you have to use for it wouldn't let you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason behind that decision was because Google Gemini is part of your whole Google suite, right? Google Docs, Google Slides and all that, which means as a school, we can monitor the AI searches that people are doing. So that makes it easier for us to make sure that people are using it responsibly and doing what we need to do when people are using it to cheat.
Yeah.
There's also a privacy policy that allows your data to not be stored or used anywhere else with Google Gemini. So it makes it safer for you guys.
So I think that was a good change. As far as AI, I mean, the things that you talked about, I do those things too.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I think AI is a great tool to be a thought partner. It's a great tool for research, right? It just has this dark side of if you don't use it properly and say, hey, write this English paper for me, you can use it that way. Well, you're not supposed to use it that way, but you can. And so I think we can't ignore AI. I think we can't just like completely block it and never teach you how to use it. I think it's about responsible use. And last year we actually had a group of teachers called the AI Task Force. Yep. And it was Mr. Barrington, Mr. Juno, myself, Mr. Motter, and just teachers who were passionate about AI and felt comfortable teaching the staff about AI because it was actually the staff that asked for this. Like, we want training. We want to know like how to guide students through this. I want to know how to use it to make my teaching life easier.
Yeah.
And so that's what they worked on. And one of the things that they came out with at the end of last year was a school-wide policy on AI and how teachers should use it and how students should use it. And I know we're still working on how we teach that to you guys, but you see the GHOST poster up in every classroom, right? That like, if you're using AI, you should, and then GHOST, and they all stand for something. GHOST stands for give credit, So credit AI as a tool when you use it, just like any other source. H stands for honesty. Be honest about what's your own work versus what AI helped you with. O stands for own your learning. So use it to support your thinking, not replace your thinking. S is stay safe. Don't share personal or sensitive information with AI. And T is think critically, because AI can hallucinate and give you wrong information. So you still have to think about whether you think its answer was good or not.
That's good. Because I know if you're like sometimes sick and you search up on Google, like, what are these symptoms? Like, what am I dying?
You're going to die.
Am I dying?
You're going to die. You're going to die.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I kind of feel like with AI, Mr. Hermit's very similar to like when we were growing up in school with Google and having teachers go, oh my gosh, they're going to use this for everything. And they're going to like, it's like, oh, well, you just got to learn how to use it responsibly.
You just made us sound really old, but we were in high school, right? True. Like I was in high school when Google first started to become a thing, and there was the same amount of freaking out about it that there is now about AI.
1980s?
Oh,
no. Wow. I was in high school from 1998 to 2002.
Oh, I graduated in 07. I'm a little bit younger.
Good for you.
None of this better make the podcast. But anyway, like it's the same type of thing where they were freaking out about us Googling everything and not having brains. And it's like you just got to use, Google responsibly.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with AI.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to use it responsibly.
Every time technology advances, it's something that affects education, I feel like, in some way, and that we have to learn how to adjust. I remember my math teacher saying, you're not going to carry a calculator in your pocket all the time. It's
Watch
we
me.
literally
I do. Everybody does. So, how have we adjusted how we teach math to make that work, right? So I think for AI, I think about making like more AI-proof assignments. And this is something that the AI task force worked on last year. So like after you turn something in, ask a student to explain their thinking, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, how did you come up with this idea?
Although that's like kind of stressful because I know like I'll like come up with it, but then I won't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
That's a lot of it for me too.
And then if I'd get put on the spot, I'd be like, I don't know.
I hear you that that's stressful, but I also think that that's a good skill to explain your reasoning for why you be able to explain with evidence your reason for why you did something, right? I have to do that all the time. Like I can't just like make a decision and then be like, why did you decide that? I don't know. Felt like it.
I mean, I feel like you could.
I mean, now you technically are the principal of the school.
I mean, I could say that, but I don't think I would be very well liked or be around here very long if that was my process. So, yep.
About the new phone policy, do you think it was helpful? Or do you think
it was helpful?
I feel like it was a lot. I feel like a lot, like last year, I know a lot of kids were always on their phone during class and such, and the teachers really didn't do much about it. They just took them and put them on the desk, and then they just do it again the next class. But with this, if you see your phone, they'll take it down. But I just want to get your opinion. Do you think it was helpful, or do you think it isn't? Okay.
I do. I think that our brains are not equipped to multitask very well. You've probably heard that before, right? And I think when you have a phone on you that's buzzing, like you're always multitasking.
Yeah.
Like you're never not multitasking.
Yeah.
So yes, I think it was good. When I walk into classrooms now compared to last year, I see different levels of engagement.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what that does to
ACT scores.
Yeah, ACT scores and students' grades, and more importantly, like their learning and what they get from their classes. I know it was a tough transition for some people, but I think what I've heard from people is that I don't mind not having my phone as long as I know nobody else is allowed to have their phone.
Yeah.
Because then you're not missing out on whatever's going on in the group chat.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have FOMO. You're not worried about missing out on things. And I think that's been good, right? We always had a phone. We had a phone policy in the past. I think it just was inconsistently followed and enforced. And the way we're doing it now, with it actually coming from the school board, has made it a lot more consistent. And I hope helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I really noticed an increase in my grades from last year.
Seriously?
I was on my phone a lot during class. I'm gonna admit that. And they did.
That's
my
great.
grades are pretty good now.
I mean that your grades went up. How about you guys?
This is a really random one.
Hang on, no. What about the
I think
do you feel like it's helped you as a learner, the phone policy?
I'm kind of in the middle.
Okay.
Because definitely last year being able to have your phone, if you didn't understand something, you could look it up. And I know you can do that with a Chromebook, but there's like sometimes where you can't get enough information.
Okay.
But I feel like definitely without the phones, people interact more. Like
I have noticed that.
I've talked to people that I usually wouldn't talk to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Without
That's cool.
without having a phone in my face.
You know what I noticed? So the phone policy is, you just can't have it out during class, but you could take it out between classes and obviously during lunch. And I see people on them during lunch, but I see it less than I expected. But what really surprises me is during passing time, I don't see people on their phones during passing time that often.
Same.
No,
I agree with that.
I thought passing time was going to become people are bumping into each other because everybody's looking down at their phone, and it just hasn't been that.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it, but then once like I go through all like my notifications, I like put it away and then I go back to talking to my friends.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I check my notifications and I'm like, how's the weather?
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'm sorry. What question were you going to ask me? Okay.
What's your day-to-day tasks as a principal? Like, what do you do in like a day?
Oh my goodness. That is different depending on the day. I am pulling up my calendar right now. So what I will say is the thing that I always want to do a lot of is be out in classrooms and out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Because that's where the stuff is happening, right? And that's where I can make connections with people and also have an understanding of what's going on in my own building. But sometimes that's really hard.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different meetings and things. There's a lot of things that pull you back into the office. So here, today is a light day. You want to know what my calendar is?
Sure.
All right. So this morning I met with Mr. Juno and Mrs. Magnus, who's our curriculum director, on a new social studies course that they're working on, which is U.S. and World 9B.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Yep. Then I'm recording a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder when that is.
Then I have a meeting with another district office person about an issue that we're working through. I blocked off some time this afternoon to hopefully edit this podcast so it gets out before too long, but we'll see. I have an hour-long meeting with a parent and a student. And then this afternoon, because one of our EAs is out, I'm going to ride a special ed bus at the end of the day.
That is going to be so fun.
So I have to do that kind of stuff every
That'll be
once in a while.
fun.
Tomorrow, all of the principals in the district are meeting, and we have a monthly principal team meeting, and we also go into each other's buildings and we get into each other's classrooms to see. So that's kind of fun for me. I get to go into like elementary classrooms.
So that's why there's like other principals here. That's why like sometimes I'll see Mr. Kermel.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yep. It's really cool. It like really helps us grow too.
Yes.
A couple student meetings tomorrow, things like that. But depending on the time of the year, it really changes, right? So the beginning of the year is much different from this time of the year where, like I had told you earlier, we're working on everybody made their course requests. So we have to decide what classes are running. And then from that, we have to build the master schedule for next year. Versus like the beginning of the year, which quite honestly is a lot more student-centered because it's more like homecoming, stuff like that. So
Yes.
So it really depends. Did I bore you with that answer?
No.
Okay, good.
How would you feel about school uniforms? Because I noticed a lot of kids they kind of worry.
I know how they feel.
Like they kind of worry about if they look good or not.
Yep.
And they're kind of like self-conscious about what they're wearing and if they're wearing someone else is wearing something nice. So what is your opinion on school uniforms? Not saying we should have them, but
When I was a student, I wanted school uniforms.
Really?
Oh.
I did because. Well, okay, look at how I dress now.
So you
I wear
different.
I wear the same thing every day. I wear jeans and a button-down shirt and a sport coat, except for on Fridays when I wear a hoodie or something. I don't want to make a lot of decisions about my clothes.
Yeah.
That said, I would not want us to have school uniforms.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. For the same reason that, hats and hoods or whatever, right? Like you talked about your last school. And, I've had a school like that before too, where you're enforcing hats and hoods all the time. You're going to spend all of your time dealing with people not wearing their uniform correctly and having a lot of negative interactions with students that just don't need to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it also like if schools have uniforms, then like students can't express themselves.
100%. Well, and that's what will happen is people would try to do something with their uniform to find a way to express themselves, right? And
Everybody would do it.
and push the limits.
Yeah.
And then every one of those times where somebody's just trying to express themselves would be a negative interaction with that student. And then that student would be less excited about coming to school.
Herm, do you have any questions for us?
I do have some questions for you. What is one thing about our school that maybe the adults think is a big deal, but students don't care about it at all?
Hot take, grades. Like, I know
Wow, say more.
parents are definitely, especially mine, they are like, you have to get good grades to like, obviously like do good in life. But I feel like grades really don't determine your whole life ahead of you. It's definitely
Do grades measure success?
Yeah.
Yes, it's like your personality, your character.
Yep.
Like if you can work in a set of with a group of people, then you're going to be pretty much fine. Grades help in the long term, but right now, other than like getting into college, they're just there for looks, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, going along with what Zoe said, there are some people that really do care about their grades if they're going to college. But however, those students that don't plan on going to college and going into like the military, the workforce right after, I feel like they really could care less at what grades they get.
How could grades be fixed based on what you said? Is there any fix for that?
I feel like measuring day-to-day activities, like for like math, like what if there was a course where you had to use math in like the real world where like working a job where you have to work with like money or either like different type of numbers, like using it in the real world and not in just a class. Like for my job, I have to use numbers to like figure out how much like different pizzas or like different like foods would cost.
Yep.
So I feel like using it into day-to-day activities instead of just in a class.
I have some course suggestions for you. business incubator someday.
Oh, I took that.
Some of the tech ed courses, personal finance, if you haven't taken that yet.
I'm taking that next year.
Taking out my senior year.
I took that freshman year, so last year.
Well, good for you because it's a graduation requirement now, so you got it done. Okay, let me ask the opposite of my question. So it was, what is one thing that adults think is a big deal, but students don't care about? What do you feel like in our school that students think is a big deal, but they feel like the adults don't care about it?
I'm gonna say like clothes. Like we were on the thing, but like most adults like just see you wearing clothes and they're like, oh, they're just wearing that. But a lot of different students, they like look at other people and compare themselves and like, oh, they're wearing that. I really
Name
wish I had
brands.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Like they think that they have more and like, yeah.
I would say friendships or like socially, like social, like environment, or like being social.
yeah.
Because I know like friends are a big part of my school day and why I like actually like sometimes like coming to school. Like they're the ones who let me like rant to them when I need to rant to them. And it's definitely makes my day a lot more enjoyable being able to like see them in like some of the classes I have. Definitely at lunch, it's a great break from like work. So
I would say electives. Like there's a lot of different electives and like some people I know take a lot of different ones and I feel like parents don't see how like they kind of shape who you are. Like forensics, I see how like
cool.
people get more confident with speaking in front
Yeah.
of people. And like for me personally with track, like I find my people and like I don't know, I find who I personally am through like different electives and I don't know if parents like necessarily see that.
yeah.
I know I've heard from my parents that school isn't about social interaction. It's about
that's
grades.
what I heard from my parents too. No offense, mom and dad, but
Yeah.
It's about both.
yeah.
I mean, you don't get assessed on the social interactions generally.
No.
They want you know,
We should.
You do want good grades and your parents want you to have good grades. But I mean, I get it, right? Like current high school principal, like I didn't come to school because I was really excited to learn about some topic that we were learning about in X class, right? I came because my buddies were there and I got to see them. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
When you walk through the halls, what is the vibe of the student body right now?
There's definitely cliques.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like you can tell who's friends and like who they hang around like the most. Like there's like I don't know how to explain it.
Like you can kind of tell that there's different groups when you're walking in the hallway because people
100%.
tend to group together in the hallway and it's really annoying when you're trying to walk and they're just walking so slowly.
Yeah. I make a petition to just push the slow walkers.
Yeah.
Just get
We
out of
need
my way.
lanes like in a road, like a fast lane. And
That'd be funny enough. Me and my friends like send each other reels about that.
that's
like,
funny.
Yes, definitely. Like,
What else?
I feel like with like also like the phone policy, I feel like you can see more people like grouping together that you like wouldn't necessarily see happen. Like I feel like I've definitely gotten close, or not closer, but like talked to some people that I normally wouldn't talk to.
Yeah.
And I feel like that like also
love
starts
that.
creating like friendships, and like you can see that in the hallway.
I
like
love
there's
that.
definitely like different grades grouping together. Like there's
Sure.
Definitely.
freshmen with seniors, seniors with like
Oh, you mean the grades aren't staying with themselves?
Yeah.
They're.
they're like
Definitely.
branching out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. Because I know I have friends, seniors, juniors, and freshmen.
Yeah. I have friends in every age group, I feel like.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That is not what my high school experience was. So that makes me happy. If you were principal for a week, what is the first rule you would change? And what is one rule you would keep exactly the same?
I feel like one I would personally I keep the same, the phone policy.
I
Like
would
I've noticed
keep
a
it too.
lot of
Yeah.
change with it. It's
I
actually a
love
really
this.
good rule. At first I was kind of like
It was hard for people.
It was hard at first, but then you kind of got used to it. And like now you're just rolling with like the rules.
I feel like my attention span has gotten a lot longer ever since this rule was a thing. Like I feel like
Yes.
it's a lot shorter before, but now it's a lot. It's yeah.
Okay, so I would keep it,
Okay.
but I would kind of change it. Too.
Okay. How would you change it?
So instead of taking your phone all the way down to the office, just keep it on the teacher's desk.
Okay.
And like, let's say you get it taken, you could have like a violation where you have to keep your phone on their desk, like for the week. So then like you like learn. But then when you take it down to the office, so one, you're missing class because like you're missing stuff the person's teaching.
Sure.
And two, if you get so many violations, then your parents have to come pick it up. And I know
They have to pick it up on the second one.
yes.
Oh.
My parents said if I get my phone taken, they're just not coming to pick it up.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like some things you can change about it, but then some things I'd keep the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
But the spirit of the rule of not being on your phone all day, you guys appreciate.
yeah.
Okay. What's the rule you would change?
I got to
Or
think about this.
it doesn't have to be a rule. It could just be how we.
Longer. Going back to longer lunch
lunches.
times. Yes, because I feel like there's so many good foods over by like Walmart and Target.
Okay, that
But
is
they're
the thing,
so
right? Like
far.
we're not really close to
I
anything.
like how they just built the Culvers though.
That is
Yeah.
nice.
That is nice.
Yeah,
But like sometimes, like if it was longer, then you could go to a sit down place too.
you could.
Somewhat. Yeah. Because I know I have my license. So sometimes I take Zoe with me to go
Yeah.
to Quick Trip, or
Sure.
like we went to Dunkin' one day. But like when we got back, it was kind of like we only had like 3 minutes
Yeah.
until the end of it. So it was kind of like hard to like eat.
Yeah.
Like you'd either have to eat in your class or like eat while you're like
While you're driving.
I
Ended
while
up
you're
eating
driving.
in chemistry.
So yeah, longer lunch times.
I do think it's we're a weird distance away from
Everything.
everything,
Yeah.
right? Because you generally,
Because like
yeah,
you'd have to like pre-order your food if you wanted
Definitely.
food. Like I
Yes.
did that for Dunkin'.
Yep.
And like we still got back in like 3 minutes.
yeah.
Well, I feel like
What if
there-
I wanted Chick-fil-A? That's like on the other side of town.
I know.
that. It's too
They
far
need to
away.
make a Chick-fil-A over
Yeah,
here.
They should.
Like,
Oh my
they should just
Lord.
like build a Starbucks. Do you know how much money that Starbucks would get? Like, I know they'd get a lot from me.
I wish there's a Starbucks over here too.
real.
I would go there all the time.
No, me too.
I go to Dunkin' more.
Yeah. What makes a teacher great? Is it their knowledge, their personality, or how they run the room, or something else?
For me personally, I feel like their connections with the students.
Yes.
Like how they interact with the students for me is like, oh, this teacher really wants to help me. And like if you like create like a I want to say bond. Yeah. I feel like then like it makes you enjoy that class somewhat more. And it also like if you're struggling, it's easier to go up to that teacher and ask for help. But like
Yeah.
if the teacher's not like friendly or like not like friendly, but like is more of the quieter side, it's kind of hard to like connect with them.
Yeah, I definitely say personality.
Yeah.
Because I know two of the teachers I'm really close with are Miss P and Miss Brooks.
Sure.
And I know I can definitely go to both of them for a little, Literally anything. Like Miss P has seen me crying more times than I can count.
She's seen a lot of people cry over the
Yeah.
years. People connect with her.
Yes. Like I definitely find having like fun teachers and like people you can just really connect with that aren't students. Like I know I had someone I was really close to, or like a teacher I was really close to in middle school, and now have 2 teachers. It just makes it a whole heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, especially like when they connect to the students. I know with Martin, he tends to connect to the students a lot. Like I know there's been times in the CAP course that I took last try, he noticed something was up and he always pulled me into his office and had me talk. So I really feel like that connection and relating to the students makes a big difference.
Yes.
Okay, we talked about grades.
Yes.
Do grades really assess success? Right. So my question is, what is something that you feel you're really good at that school doesn't give you a grade for?
Talking. Guys, I talk way too much.
Socializing, yeah.
Yes.
We can tell.
Yeah,
Zoe.
you talk too much.
Yes, definitely talking because I get like an A+. I could tell you that. Like I talk so much.
We can tell.
That is such a good thing though, because I mean, again, look at how you connect with other people. Look how you bring people into your friend group. I am kind of more naturally shy and quiet. I have to.
That was like said that at the same time.
I mean, I have to, I know that in my job, I need to be outgoing, but it takes a lot of energy for me. Like that's not my natural, like it sounds like you're more like a natural extrovert
Yes.
and you get energy from talking to people.
Yes.
It's not supernatural for me. So that's awesome that you are.
Like
good
I
at
know last year, like since she was new, I kind of like talking to people that are new because I'm like, you can always, you can never have enough friends.
Yeah.
Reaching out, and then you can always like help someone find their people. Like even if they don't stay friends with your friend group, you can still be friends with them. Like
Definitely. Like you
Yeah.
have more friends outside of your one friend group.
yeah, because not everyone gets along, but as long as you and the person do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ashlyn, what do you wish you were graded on?
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly track, I feel like. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I like sports. I'm very competitive. Like if you know me for volleyball and track, I get very competitive. And sometimes it's good and then sometimes it's not.
Sometimes the
we can tell.
competitiveness comes into the school day.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I don't know. I just feel like sports, because a lot of kids do sports, and I feel like, I don't know, just like showing up to practices and like trying your hardest, I feel like would be good, because then you can like see how you are with like
Other activities.
activities and stuff. I don't know. I lost my train of thought right there.
What do you wish adults understood better about school today?
I mean, I know like some parents use like, well, back in my day.
Yeah.
Back
And like, sometimes it's like, okay,
Your day
that
for a
was your
reason.
days.
It's very different.
And it's so different. Like if you look at like people
Pictures.
nowadays, I feel like have more anxiety like with social media and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Keeping up with your
Definitely.
social image.
exactly. So like I feel like that creates a lot of anxiety, and like if like homework, like if you have a lot of homework, I feel like that's also like can cause into your anxiety, and like friendships and drama. Like it's so different back then and now.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes it's like, well, that was when you were
Yeah.
a teenager, but it's different now. Like the world's a little bit different now, and like
It's a lot of bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that if you're not an adult who works in a high school,
You're not going to get anything.
so here's what's weird. Right. So here's what's weird about education is that, okay, I'll get to you. Here's what's weird about education is that everybody has gone through school, right? And so everybody thinks they know what school is like.
yes.
And I think that, for parents and things like that, hey, this is how high school was for me, so this must be how it is for you,
But it's
without really truly understanding because they're not part of it every day.
Alrighty.
What do you think you are going to remember about your high school years?
Ooh.
Definitely. I'd probably say my friends and the connections I made with a lot of the teachers. Shout out to Martin and Paul of Yard. But just the bond I made with these teachers, it really has helped like me to push myself further and further. And a lot of my friends have been there for me, up and lows or highs and lows, whatever the saying is.
Ups and lows, yeah. I'd say experiences. Because, like, definitely, like, the homecoming football game is so fun.
Yeah.
Like, homecoming, the, like, Merry Mental Health, Go Lime Green Week. Like, those are something that you, like, really wouldn't do anytime else. So I feel like experiences, definitely friendships and all of that.
Yeah. By the way, before Ashlyn answers, that's the reason I feel lucky to have this job. You know, you get to experience some of those things for 4 years. You know, I get to do that for probably like 20 more.
Oh, yeah.
And that's cool. I mean, you don't get that in every job. So, yep.
Yeah, I do also say I do also have to say like connections and experiences. Like for connections, it's like getting to know more people, and it's just like creating bonds. You like some friendships I know like last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like when you create like good solid like friendships with people in high school, they can last like your whole entire life. And like you can like go back and be like, oh, remember this one time we did this, and
Remember that one time we went to Dunkin' and Target?
yeah, like
Yeah, it's those little things, right?
It's those little things. And then like what Zoe said, like the Go Lime Green Week and like homecoming, those are just like things you can like also like experience with like people. But like I don't know, it's just like something you can look back on when you're older and be like, high school was good, like
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
fair.
It's good when like
not always good.
those fun
There's ups and
little
downs.
things that you do. Like
Yes.
homecoming week, that's always fun, like with the different activities like the parade and like all that stuff. Like you can go back and see all those little fun little things that like went on while you were in high school.
Well, thank you for wanting to do this podcast with me.
Yes, it was so fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah. And I feel like this is probably the most meaningful like conversation I've just had about what it's like to be a student here.
Yeah.
Which is good for me to know, and hopefully you learn some things about me. But no, I'm really glad you asked me, and I'm really happy that you actually listened to the podcast. That's
yeah.
Sweet.
okay.
Peace
Go
out,
Ghosts.
Go Ghosts.
Go Ghosts.
Woo.
Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for listening. New episodes of Ghost Stories come out about every month during the school year, and you can find us anywhere you get your podcasts, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. Just search for Ghost Stories Kaukauna, and it should come up. So until next time, it's a great day to be a ghost.